Did you know that the Joseh Smith Papers was not funded by the church? It was actually funded by members. The members' names were Larry and Gail Miller. And last week, Gail Miller appeared on the Church News podcast. And I wanted to share some of that with you today.
Before his death in 2009, Larry H. Miller, his wife Gail Miller, and their family made substantial financial contributions to the Joseh Smith Papers. Gail Miller, owner of Larry H. Miller Company, joins this episode of the Church News podcast to talk about her family's initial $10 million investment with significant subsequent financial support to the project. The question I have is, there's a lot of people who wonder, why did you choose to donate to a project that surely the church might have funded themselves?
Well, the church historically has always relied on its members to help support their projects, not just in this kind of thing, but in the art projects they have, in things that are very significant. And I think one of the reasons for that is when you're connected to something personally or intimately, like we are with the Joseh Smith Papers, it does a lot of things for not only the church, but for you personally. Larry, being a businessman, was anxious to have a top-notch product come about through this effort. So when they put together their budget, I remember him coming home and saying, they've told me how much they think it's going to be, and I told them double it because that's not enough. To do this right, they're going to have the resources to hire the brightest, the best, the finest. If people really take the time to read and study about Joseh Smith, I don't believe there's any way they could not accept the truth of it. If they're open-minded, if their heart's in the right place, if they're looking for truth, they'll find it in the right places. And this is the right place for Joseh Smith history to develop testimonies.
So arguably, one of the most transparent parts about the church was not even the church's idea or funding.